Welcome back, everybody. Tonight we need to change the oil in the oil filter in this Polaris side-by-side. This is a 2020, what do they call it? A Polaris Ranger Crew Premium 1000. That's a pretty fancy way of saying not the highest level like the XP. It's not the XP, it's the one lower than that. But I plan on going trail riding in Wisconsin in a couple days for my birthday, so got to get it done. You want to see how we do it? This is for you. Also, a quick update on my daughter. She did in fact end up breaking her arm. Maybe more, I'm not sure if it's her arm or her wrist, but she now has a cast up to here. So thank you for the couple people that reached out. That's really kind of you. It's not broke bad, so she's going to be in a cast for about 3-ish weeks and then probably go to a brace, so it won't necessarily impact our next family vacation, which is at the end of October. So yeah, she did break her arm, so I guess it's a good thing we stopped doing fence the other day. No need to get burned here, but we do need to turn the engine on for 3 to 4 minutes. Start the clock. One of the problems I have is because I have the mechanical dump bed, which is right here, this box doesn't go up as high as it would if that was disconnected. So I always got to try to disconnect that to get this to flip up a little bit higher, so I got a little more room. Alright, first thing, pull this pin out. Second thing, pound that pin out. Okay. So yeah, the number one thing you're going to want to do if you have the mechanical dump bed is get this thing disconnected. So it was normally sitting about there. With a mechanical dump bed, that's as high as it would go. But everything you got to do is back here. So Sean, in the future, don't forget to disconnect this. It's going to make this job 10 times easier. Okay, Sean, so once the dump bed is disconnected, the next thing you need to do is open up the oil thing, the oil cap. No problem. Super easy to do. Now let's go get our oil pan and crawl our fat ass underneath there and see if we can unscrew the pin, the bolt, the thingy bobby. You might want to cut this part out of the video. It's working! Here's the oil plug. It's not what you typically, it's an Allen wrench, not what you're typically looking for. So keep that in mind, that's a 6mm. Alright, so tonight when you replace things, go to the Polaris dealership, tell them what you have, they now put everything in a nice kit. It's super easy. You don't have to, you used to have to worry about like, do I got the right filter, do I got the right oil, do I have the right kind of oil, or the right amount of oil, or any of that kind of stuff. Well, now they put it in a kit. This kit costs $55.09. What's in it? Why don't I have my knife with me? It'd be too easy. Okay. What's in it? Oil filter. 2.5 quarts of oil, because that's how much it takes. And then a new one of these little rings. You put that over top of the oil plug. That's it. Feels like a lot. Feels like not very much stuff for 55 bucks. So this is what was on there. Take this part off. I'm sure there's probably nothing wrong with that, but they say you should always replace it. There's the new one and the old one. Not a lot of difference. Well, let's put the new one on so don't screw that up. So now you got to crawl back into the machine. I do not have like a torque wrench or anything like that, even though this is Allen. So I'm just going to go tight and then a little tighter, and hopefully I don't over tighten it. But let's put this back in, then we'll get the oil filter changed, throw some oil in, and should be good. This should be the easiest thing ever. Okay, so that still has an ever so slight drizzle to it. I'm going to let that go ahead and finish. Let's just go ahead and change the filter instead. I like to use one of these trusty little adjustable oil filter wrenches. A little drip, drip, drippy. So I don't know about you, but when I learned how to change oil, my brother told me, he told me a lot of things. A lot of things are real. A lot of things might be made up, but he's like, "Boy, God, if you don't remember anything I ever teach you, lube the ring before you put it back on." I was listening. You don't think I was, but I was. Alright, so Polaris says go finger tight and then go 3/4 of a turn. Are we done? No. We need to check the oil. When you start the engine up, make sure there's no leaks. Not a drop of oil came out on this thing, so let's make sure. Okay, we're up to safe. That's good. Let's double check the drain plug. You might not believe this. I'm not a mechanic by trade. No kidding. I've never changed an oil of any machine ever that I don't panic a little bit right after I do it. As far as the oil change goes, I'm pretty sure that's done and we're good to go. The last thing I want to do is hook the dump bed back up to the mechanic lift arm, which is always a little bit problematic. Ow. What did we do tonight? We got the oil change, getting ready for our birthday ride. It's not a hard project to do, but I don't do it that often, so I'm always like, You know, I always crawl, first thing I always do is crawl into there with a socket, be like, what size of socket do I need? I never need a socket, I need a 6mm Allen wrench. I forget that literally every single time. I don't know how little dudes, like, cause I'm 6 foot, I have pretty long arms, 6'6". I'm able to, I probably need to get a safer method, but like, I always like basically borderline choke myself out reaching to hook that dump box back up. I'm sure there's a better method, but that's what I have. It's like, I squeeze my arm in there until I'm about ready to pass out because the box is against my throat, and then it goes in. So, you probably didn't learn anything tonight, but I documented all the things, so now I can spend 5 minutes watch this next time, and then I'll come out and pretend like I know what I'm doing in front of my wife and kids. If you've enjoyed tonight's video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more like it, give me another thumbs up. And we will catch you next time. Thank you for watching.